Hello and welcome to the Analytics Show, the podcast of business through the lens of data science. But together, we'll dive into learning and sharing where various industries are heading and how data and analytics is at the heart of shaping business growth and productivity. Let's spark different ways of thinking about data and analytics that is relevant to you and prepare your business for future disruption. I'm your host, Jason Tan. I'm delighted you could make it on this journey with us. Hey guys, to continue to get support tips, techniques, and tools and learn from the expert, hit that subscribe button wherever you are so we can keep in touch and continue our lifelong learning together. So, are you using your company data to its full potential? Take our embedded analytic assessment to find out your score. A leading organization like Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google have moved beyond dashboard and embedded data science directly into their daily business operation. With our 3-minute test, you will discover your potential in optimizing customer experience and revenue through embedded analytics. You will gain greater clarity, insight, and advice to embed analytics. Plus, you will receive customized results instantly. Find the link to this assessment in the description of this episode.
Hey guys, this is going to be a quick one today for a solo episode. So I'm going to talk to you about how do you build your data science career profile, and also how to build your career and how do you build your data science as a personal brand as a data scientist on through LinkedIn. So this is something that I have been doing for myself to help me to build my brand and to get to know, contact and connect with all of these brilliant business owners who use data science to run the business for their organization, right? So I'm going to share a lot of these tips with you that I personally use. So yeah, let's get going. Now, we all know that the data science obviously is one of the most promising field of today and the future, and that's the reason why we are all in this. But this is not some of the well-kept secret a lot of people know, and a lot of people are boarding the train with the intention of riding it all the way up. So that basically means the competition is very heavy. Think about all these colleagues and all these people who are fighting for that role that you're hoping to get the promotion. So pushing through the full train car in hopes of reaching the first one is not an easy feat. In other words, like any other career, it can be difficult to rise the rank and achieve the true success of you that you dream of. So one of the things that I always share with my team member and also share with other junior data scientists is you want to be able to stand out from the crowd. Okay, you need to make sure that people can remember you. You need to make sure that people know what you stand for. You need to let people know that you are more than just a data scientist who can code, right? So to stand out in that constantly moving cloud, you really need to be different. But the question is, how do you do that in a world where it feels like everything has already been done at least one? Okay. Before I started my podcast or before I started getting on LinkedIn, I was equally asking myself the same question. Why would anyone want to read what I have written? There are so many other data scientists, especially if you think about there are so many data scientists in the company like Google, Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, all of these prominent who seems and who are doing some really, really great things are probably already writing them. And who are we to write this? But the truth, it is, however, further than true. You have a voice, okay? What you do and how you do in your industry, in your organization, is, however, still uniquely different to anyone else. So that is the angle that you can go for, right? And that is why people still want to hear from you. Now that we know why, now that we we understand why it is still possible, why you should write and let people know about what you do. The next question is, where do you advertise it? Where do you share your thought? So there are many platforms that can do that. Things like the Substack, I think is a very popular one this day. There's another one which is dev.to, that is very heavy with the software developer, and there are many other platforms. And again, of course, another one of them is LinkedIn. And I like LinkedIn simply because you will see a lot more decision maker on LinkedIn, whereas you're not necessarily seeing the key decision maker on the platform like dev.to. Okay, so that's why LinkedIn personally is my number one choice of platform. That is where I decided to play my game in terms of publishing. So I know you probably might be rolling your eyes and citing LinkedIn isn't really a social media platform. Everyone is trying to be a influencer nowadays. Everyone is trying to say something over there. But the thing that I know, though, that I can assure you is I know it works, because this is how LinkedIn helped me to build a career in data science and how it can help you too. Okay. And I want you to think about this. For any venture to succeed, you need to be aware of why you are doing it in the first place. So that way you have a concrete goal to reach for, instead of walking in blindly and hoping for something good to happen by chance. So why LinkedIn? Why not another platform like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or those platforms that I mentioned earlier? Well, LinkedIn is made for people like you and like myself. Okay, LinkedIn was and always been a social network and a social media platform for professional. So it was made to help you grow in growing your career or finding a new one. It was made to showcase your career history, your professional skill set, right? So LinkedIn can really help you to increase your reach and visibility in your industry, which in the case is going to be data science. So it helps other professionals in the industry really see you as well. And with LinkedIn, you are establishing yourself and an expert in your field as someone with the dedication, the drive, passion, and obviously not everyone uses LinkedIn. So you already have taken a step ahead of many of them by doing so. By being more active, you are already well ahead of the 95% of the people on LinkedIn. And that gives the potential employer an opportunity to know you as well. And remember, as you are climbing higher and higher in that corporate ladder, the people that you will start dealing with is not another data scientist, is not another data manager, is not another data engineer, but it is the business team. It is the head of the customer. It is the head of the pricing. It is the chief marketing officer that you will start be dealing with. And that is the advice that I wish I would have been given long time ago, which is to build the rapport, to build the relationship with these people. But more than that, about building the relationship, you need to build the skill set. You need to build the ability to know how to deal and work with these people. You need to build the skill set to influence and get these people to buy in to your project, to your suggestion. And LinkedIn is a perfect place for that, because there are so many of these decision makers on the platform. So if you are on LinkedIn, you're really setting yourself up as someone employable by being active on a website that's meant for a professional like them. And obviously, you want to showcase some of the things that you can do. So I highly encourage you to write, to post, to go on to the meetup event to speak, and to go on to the conference to speak. Those are good training ground to build your public speaking skill, to build your presentation skill, to build more engaging presentation skill, and also to build your network as well. Now, over the years, also LinkedIn has grown into more than just a place to slap your resume and log into when you need a new job. It is also become a place to network.
Hey all, I just want to give a quick shout out about this episode. It's sponsored by the Embedded Analytic Program at DDA. And the Embedded Analytic Program is designed for senior manager and executive in the business team who want to integrate data science into daily business operation and use it to drive customer experience excellence and revenue. And book unlimited strategy session for a full year and start embedding analytics into the business frontline. For more information about this program, please refer to the description of this episode. Now, let's get on back to the interview.
Now, did you know that 85% of the opposition are filled through networking? I know in my career, I have got most of my job and also a lot of my business opportunity through connecting with some of the people that I never met with before, but I met them through LinkedIn. So it is something that is possible, and I am the great example for that, right? So that basically means if you're not doing it, you're really losing out 17 out of the 20% chance to get a job in the first place. A lot of the role has already been filled before it even get advertised. So that is a lot. Now, coming back to that, LinkedIn is the perfect place to do this networking. Not only does it take a few clicks to find other in your industry or any ranking of any point in their career, but LinkedIn is also where 63 million decision makers are. Okay, so that is also a lot. And you'll be surprised that how approachable many of these decision makers are. They are not as scary as you think that they are. They are very often open to be contactable. They are open to networking. So as long as you try to think about what can you bring and how you can help them in whatever way that you can. So really the question is, why wouldn't you want to get in the good books of some of those millions of the decision maker? You could be very well be the first person they think of when they write up that next job position that they want to hire to help them to build up the data platform, to build up the data science platform, or to help with their marketing project using data science. So have a think about it, right? And remember about this, it will always be easier to send you a message over posting their job listing and waiting for candidate. I can tell you, no one likes reading 500 resume just to pick one person, to pick the right person. Okay, now let's move on to the big question. How do you succeed on LinkedIn? You won't be able to succeed by just making an account and forgetting about it. Okay, otherwise we all would have done it by now. So first of all, post, and share your expertise. Share some of the success of the project that you have to. Share some of the costs that you are doing. Share some of the certificate that you have picked up. Share some of the public speaking event that you go to, that you attend, or that you speak, right? So this is really the best way, one of the best way and an easy way to stay in front of your audience. And whether there is a potential employer or potential client, so as long as you're posting consistently and quality content, people will remember your name. And to some extent, the analogy that I use is like the business advertising, right? If the business is not advertising, how would other people, or how would the client, how would the customer know their assistant, and to be able to buy from them. Now, if that applies to any existing business, the same thing applies to employee as well. The very reason why you are always going back to the job boards to look for your next job, to apply for hundreds and hundreds of roles and hoping to get a chance to go for an interview is exactly the same reason. If you are not out there establishing your personal brand, if you are not out there networking, if you're not out there to help the people to remember who you are as a data scientist, then you will always have to go back to the job board to apply for all of these roles through a job board, because nobody knows who you are and come to you in the first place, right? So that is the reason why you need to do that consistently. And when you are doing that consistently, they will more likely remember your name if you are posting, even if you are posting threads too, but that's for another reason. But at least people remember you and who you are and what you stand for. And secondly, that brings us to engaging with your audience. If people are leaving comments on your post, respond, start conversation, discussion, talk to people. If you are speaking intelligently and openly, people are bound to remember and admire you as someone who took the time to have an interesting chat with them. Okay, people don't remember what you say, but people remember how you make them feel. Okay, so don't just leave it at that. The next way to build a career on LinkedIn is by giving back. If someone has left a comment on your page, why not head on down to their page too and engage with their post? Trust me, when I say they will appreciate it. After all, if they are commenting on your post, it is likely they are in the same boat as you are, trying to grow their career through LinkedIn. So you can start a chain of mutual engagement and you will get to be seen by their audience too. Remember, whatever you comment, you will get to be seen by their audience as well. So finally, don't be afraid to reach out. Conversation on LinkedIn don't need to be confined to comment section alone. You can start conversation by directly messaging people. Keep your talks genuine, not too salesy. Don't try to sell something, and be respectful, and you will both enjoy and gain something from the conversation. You don't need to wait for others to find you when you can find them. Your future employer will always appreciate your initiative. Now, at the end of the day, don't be afraid to be bold. LinkedIn is your oyster. So take a chance, open it up, and find your post. I want you to think about this. If it worked for me, it can work for you too. Best of luck.
Hello. If you enjoyed this conversation, hit that subscribe button so we can meet again. If you don't, I'll be stuck in an infinite loop. So pull that part by clicking the subscribe and help me out. You can further support us by leaving us a kind review from wherever you are listening. At the end of the year, I will choose a reviewer to send a special gift to, and it might just be you. Look forward to seeing you here next week for a new adventure. If I can find my way out of this endless loop. See ya!